resolution that we were going to get in the gym. And what happened? We started out in the gym, and before the month of January could even end, we gave up on ourselves. We made excuses. We said it's too cold. We said that we had to, I don't know, feed the dog, feed the cat, friends are having illness. We made all of these excuses, right, to not care for ourselves. Now, this message is specifically for my career professionals, my busy entrepreneurs who tend to take care of everybody else. We take care of our children, our partners, maybe our parents who are getting older and they can't take care of themselves, or our aunts and uncles who can't fully take care of themselves, and they need help getting to their doctor's appointments and stuff. And we have to work full time or part time. We have to run our businesses around the clock, and many of us are not even getting adequate sleep. So I want to give you 5 talking points that I'm going to share 5 talking points with you to help you with your mindset. And it's 9:09. I'm going to try to finish this within the next 10 or 15 minutes. So one point is that we have to stop thinking of always. No, I don't want to say that. I was going to say we have to stop thinking about the end. That's what I'm tempted to say. But that's not completely true. We have to think in terms of progress over perfection. We have an idea in our mind of how we want our bodies to look. We have an idea of, most of us actually know how to eat healthy. But the plan to get to the end point, I think that's where we have a block, because we're not fully appreciating that it's the small things that we do over time that can end in results. Okay, so your process or your journey to wellness, eating healthy, exercising, it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You just have to show up for yourself, and you have to be consistent. Okay. And let's give some examples. Let's give some examples of how we can take this big elephant of that we want to be beach body or speedo body ready come July. Okay. How do we get to that point? We start off small, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. Mm-hmm. Until you can build up your stamina to get to that 25-minute walk or that 1-hour walk. Okay. Also, something as simple as drinking water, that counts. A friend of mine, he said, like, one of the things that he's done for himself, even though he wanted to start his exercise routine in January and then again in February, and now here we are in March. He said, well, at least I started drinking more water. That's a start, because to be honest, most of us are not drinking enough water. And you probably don't realize that you have to drink half your body weight in ounces. Did you know that? I mean, I'm sure there's a cap, But yeah, we have to drink a lot of water. And you want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water so that when you start to exercise, that you are hydrating your body enough. Okay. Remember, small steps repeated daily lead to a transformation. So some of you are probably like, Lucrease, it is raining. It is going to thunderstorm. There are going to be scattered thunderstorms all today and all tomorrow. I am not motivated to do anything about what you're talking about here. Okay. And I get it. I am the first on the list to say, listen, it is raining. I am tired. I literally just want to roll back up, get in the bed, and put the covers back on me. And if I could turn on a fireplace, I would do that too. So the space heater is just going to have to do. But the rain, it's all about your mindset. You got to think about the rain as an opportunity to reset, to reflect, and take that time to take care of yourself. And it's also a reminder that, listen, you don't have to go outside for a walk. You don't have to go to the club dancing to burn your calories, and hopefully not to counteract it by drinking some beer or wine or alcohol. And you don't have to go to the gym. You can exercise right in your house, even if it's just to start out stretching. Throw on some of your favorite music. If you're in the Generation X, you've got a plethora of music that you can choose from the baby boomers era all the way to the 2000s. Put on your favorite jam and start dancing in your own house. Okay. There is like one of my friends, and I would love to connect with her to see if she can host a session for us live. Her name is Karen McKnight. She does yoga. She even does chair yoga for us Generation X people who, can't be doing all of that stuff just yet. So this may be a time to hook up with some people online who are offering classes where you can do some yoga. Okay. Also do a quick workout at home. One of the things I love to do, I love doing those crunches. hmm It's like doing the abdominal work, but not putting so much strain on your back. And so you kind of like do these leg raises, and then you kind of like do this, uplifting and throwing back the bottom half of your body. And then you do these crunches like this, and you just do them in different formations, and you could just rip through it all. Okay. So just remember that growth happens during the quiet seasons. So take this opportunity of the rain, enjoy its calm element, okay? And use this as an opportunity for you to grow, to come inside, not only literally, but figuratively, and start reconstructing your mind and thinking about, okay, well, what can I do at home where I can get me together, where I can block out 20 minutes. Let's start off with 20 minutes to stretch, to do some yoga, to dance, resilience. And let's not underestimate the power of meditation. Mhm. Even meditation can help you to okay? Release stress. Okay, if you ain't ready to stretch your body and, you know, exercise, meditate about it. Okay, that way, when it's not raining, then the next day you'll be ready. All right. All right. So, my next talking point, your health fuels your success. Okay. Oftentimes, and I am guilty of this as a busy professional, I am guilty of not taking out time at times to eat. I'll leave eating, I'll get into my work, and I'll leave the eating part toward the end of the day. I'll eat something in the beginning And then at the end of the day, then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. But luckily, I'm meal prepping, so I have the healthy food in front of me, so or with me. I'll bring it to work with me. That way, I don't get myself into a danger zone. But we have to understand that we cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay, I'm not going to name any names, but I did. I recently met somebody, and she was saying, she shows up for people, in the spiritual realm. She shows up for people, you know, at the end of life, and she's going through some of her own health challenges. Beautiful woman. I mean, just a beautiful woman. Um, but it's like when our health starts to fail, that should be a wake up call. Like that's when more so than ever. And I'm not saying wait until that point. No, we want to be proactive, and we want to start some healthy habits that will help us with our focus, with our energy, uplifting our mood, our resilience. Okay. We can't continue to pour into our career, our family, our partner, our children, the people we have to care give for, our community, if our energy is depleted. We have to we have to understand that taking care of ourselves, it is not selfish. It's a strategy. I remember when I caregive for an individual, and I would wake up in the morning, made sure that that he bathed. Oftentimes having to help him because he could not bathe himself. I would make sure that he had all of his medication, you know, and some other items that it would have been better to have a trained nurse to do, but I did it anyway. And then, you have to do the laundry, and you got to keep things clean, and so wow. By the time the afternoon, and then there's a schedule, like there's a eating schedule that this individual had to follow. And so I found that it wasn't until like later on in the evening where I was having my first meal. And that wasn't good, because if my energy was depleted, then how was I going to be there for that individual? Okay. And it turns out I wound up like just getting to a point where I was just so spent, and it was overwhelming. But had I taken myself off the top, that's something that we have to do, us caregivers. We need to take ourselves off the top before we pour into another. So even if that means getting up an hour or two beforehand to make sure we are good, okay? Because if we're not good, we can't show up for other people. Okay, my fourth talking point: discipline beats motivation. Okay. Oftentimes, you're not going to just wake up motivated and say, let me go for that 25-minute walk, or even that 10-minute walk that we talked about earlier. Motivation, I don't feel motivated to eat healthy. I remember, someone said, someone who I had seen over the years, just, it seemed literally, it hurt my heart. Like every time I would see them, they were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was silent about it. I wasn't saying anything about it. But then once things were getting really, really bad, then I spoke up, and I was like, I'm really concerned, and I really need you to show up for yourself. I need you to go to the doctor. I need you to, you know, make some changes in your eating habits. I need you to exercise more. I don't know if I was quite that blunt, but that's kind of like where I was leaning toward. And that individual shared with me, they were like, I hear you, and what you're saying is right. But I did go to the doctor and they took my blood work, and all my numbers are normal. So I don't have any motivation to change my lifestyle. But then guess what happened? Weeks later, that individual wound up landed in the hospital. Hmm. Major health crisis. Wound up getting things under control before things got worse. But sometimes we can't wait for that internal motivation. We literally have to push ourselves. We have to push ourselves, you know, because motivation can come and go. Sometimes we feel motivated and sometimes we don't. If the wind blows the wrong way, we can lose our motivation. If it decides to rain or snow, we can lose our motivation. But it's that discipline, it's the discipline that can override the inconsistent patterns in the motivation. So to help us, we have to plan things out. We're going to have to schedule our workouts. So on Thursdays and Fridays, I'm going to find us some activities to get into on Thursdays and Fridays so we can move our bodies. Okay. So if you know any um, personal trainers or anybody in the physical activity realm, if you know them, tag them into this post and see if they can just let us know like what resources they have available, if they have any opportunities online or in person where we can group exercise or dance or line dance, whatever it is. Go on and tag them into this post. It is important to meal prep. So on Sundays, I'm going to go live and show you guys how to meal prep. And we're just going to I don't know. Oh, I guess another thing you can do, you can set a daily step goal. So some people use the 10,000 steps as a marker. Um, but I like to just go in terms of minutes. Like, okay, I got 25 minutes, let me walk. I got 10 minutes, let me walk. I got 30 minutes, let me walk. That works better for me. And just understand that consistency builds confidence. So if you can be disciplined in your consistency over time, that will equal results. My last talking point, celebrate your small wins. Okay. I don't care if you set a goal to drink a half a gallon of water, or if you usually only drink 16 ounces and you get to a point where you can consistently drink 2 bottles of 6.9 ounces of water, celebrate that. Celebrate you. We don't celebrate ourselves enough. Even if you just do a 10-minute workout or a 10-minute stretch, celebrate yourself and encourage other people to celebrate you too. Take a picture or a little video of you doing XYZ and share it with your online community and let us cheer you on. Even if you make even small changes, like if you're usually driving down Broadway or driving down Barstown Road, and you usually will stop at Popeyes or Pizza Hut, McDonald's, but then you make a slightly healthier choice and you go to Chipotle and you decide, okay, I'm not going to put sour cream on my burrito, and I'm not going to put a lot of cheese. I'm going to just have them, I know how to do it, just like a little sprinkle of cheese so you can feel like you're getting something. Celebrate that win, snap a photo and share that. Just understand that small wins create big breakthroughs. Okay. Um, and that's what the message I would like to leave you with: consistency over time creates confidence, and it creates long lasting results. So show up for yourself. Listen, if you need help with motivation, go on and you're not following me yet, follow me. If you need a online community where you can see all of these videos, you probably missed day 1, day 2, and day 3 because for whatever reason Facebook is not putting my content out there. Then join the community Ready to Lose Inches. It is, I would like to think of it as a 31-day challenge for the month of March Madness, but I'm really looking at it as a wellness journey. And then every month we're just going to reactivate it. And so, yeah. So if you need an online community that can show up for you and help you with mind regulation on Mondays and Wednesdays, help you with meal prep on um, Sundays and Thursdays, and then help you with just learning about different ways that you can elevate your eating experience with through supplementation. So I'll talk about different products that you can use to help with your mind, because sometimes it's a vitamin or a mineral deficiency that causes us to be depressed, causes us to be anxious, stressed. So if we can get those vitamins and minerals in balance, then that can help us with our journey. you know it'll give. And then, anyway, I could go on and on and on that topic alone about products that can help to elevate your energy, boost your immune system, regulate your mind, balance out your hormones so that these idiosyncrasies won't go against your mission to get healthy, to stay healthy. Okay, well, that's it. Join my online community, Ready to Lose Inches, on Facebook. Once I end this live, I will share the link with you. Thank you. Thank you so much.